Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Smoky Hill Bonsai today. I've got some exciting news that I can't wait to share with everybody. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing for fall prep here with our bonsai trees. And then I also have been shooting some video around the garden that I'd like to share with you too. I think I got some pretty neat shots I'd like to just include on this video. So stay tuned, and I'll share that bit of news with you, and then I'll also show you what's going on with the bonsai. This nice elm tree here is starting to show some fall color. And again, if you remember all the way back from one of the first videos I did an emergency repot or a pot. I didn't really intend to repot this one this year, but the box was rotten and I had to do something, and I just happened to have that. And that's not really a bonsai pot, it's really a flower pot that I just had sitting in the garage. So I'll go ahead and pull this out in the springtime and put it back into a box after I root prune it. This is the elm that we did the 4th of July pruning on, but I'll put some wire on it and move the branches, set the structure a little bit better on that. And then after the leaves fall off, I'll do maybe a little pruning on that. Probably stuff up top again. Down here below, a lot of these are sacrifice branches right here, because I really want to thicken all these lower branches up again. Pretty much same with this tree. It's another elm. I dug them from actually the same garden space at the same time. I did a video early in the spring of a root pruning on it. It has done well this year, and I have just let it grow. A lot of this here I've just growing to build strength in the tree and to thicken up the branches. So again, here's another one I'm really excited about. Here's an amber maple. I did a partial defoliation on it probably in July. Got a little branch popped up down here. I'm gonna maybe wire that out and maybe help it help thicken that base a little bit. Here's one of my favorite bald cypress trees. Still working on the roots. turn this into a nice flat top bald cypress. This little grouping of bald cypress here are all from seedlings from this spring. And I'm not sure how it got in there, but it looks like there's a little willow kind of growing in there also. But I didn't really intend to grow this as like a cypress forest, but this is just a seed tray that I started the seeds in. I will pull them all out of here in the springtime, do a root pruning, and then probably put them back. Now this is a grouping of bald cypress that I did plant with the intent to make a forest or grouping out of. I did it last year. I lost 2 trees in the back, and sometimes my cypress trees will leaf a little bit later. Well, they're not real consistent leafing out, and so all the rest of these trees, they leafed out, and the 2 in the back didn't, and I just put off doing anything with them, hoping that they would, and I knew they probably weren't going to do anything. I don't know, maybe I was lazy. I don't know. But next year I'll pull them out and I'll do a root prune, I'll put them back, and then I'll add some cypress to that because I've got plenty of seedlings from this spring. Another one of my favorite bald cypresses. This one was featured on the video about applying Gen Seal to your trees. I think the tree is pretty healthy. It was showing some signs of just that long summer wear. And we had a stretch where we kind of got cool and we were getting teased with some fall-like weather, and then we snapped back for about a week and a half of some really hot temperatures again, and that kind of really upset some of the trees. And it also upset me too, because I kind of started changing my water routine a little bit, and then I got caught a couple days, not a couple days in a row, but a couple different days I got caught with the trees being a little drier than I like them to be. Little crab apple there. So here's what we have in the pipe for next year. Remember a little bit ago I was talking about kind of getting beat by summer a little bit. Some of that hot weather, I got behind on a couple of these, but some of this is just seasonal. End of the year. Trees are still healthy. They've been watered. So got a couple of cypress trees to work on there. We'll repot those. A couple little. I just took those trays there and threw some of my ginkgo seeds in there, and so we've got those to work on. Again, this tray here was bald cypress, and I just threw seeds in there to grow out. And then here's a couple, here's a bald cypress tree that I'll get out of the pot, do a root prune, and then it's one of the ones that could be a candidate to go back into the forest group that I had in the back where I lost one. But then I also got all of these bald cypress also, and then the other maple tree. Oh, here's a pot that I threw several trees in. You can see the sun's kind of scorching on them now. Oh, let's see what else we got. Again, another maple that I planted this spring. Crab apple, elms that kind of just grew in the pots. So this is just the holding area. We'll work on them. And let's go look at that big wisteria. All right, here's that wisteria. We did a video on that not that long ago. It's still doing really well, healthy. It's coming out of the pot in the springtime for a root prune, and probably we'll start stepping down the container now. Let's see, the ginkgo tree on the left and the right are last year's ginkgo trees, so this is their second year. The one in the middle was planted this spring. A couple more cypress trees, crab, a wisteria seedling, cypress. I've got several pine trees, different containers. I've got, oh, here's something fun. I don't know where this came from, but I didn't plant the ginkgo seed in there. And then I was doing some work on my back door, and I had the door off the hinges on a sawhorse, and I kicked it over, and it landed on the pot and broke the pot. But the ginkgo's still hanging on in there, so I'll probably try to pull that out next couple days and get it in its own pot. So now let's get to the big exciting news. My very first YouTube video that I put out, I don't know when it was, back in March, right at the start of the COVID deal. I had done a little tour around the yard and kind of talked about some plans of things I wanted to do. And we ended up, I think I mentioned it 2 or 3 times, ended up deciding that probably instead of putting in a big garden and all that stuff, that we might be interested in trying to sell the house. We ended up doing a lot of work on the house, getting it ready to go, and put it up on the market for sale, and it sold quite quickly, so we were pretty excited about that. And we looked at a ton of houses, and we have found the house that we like. We put an offer in on it, and the offer was accepted. So we are in that transition now of needing to start packing and deciding what we're going to do with all the trees. Now, one of the important aspects or features of a house that we were looking for is it had to have a big backyard. Our deal here is I had trees, had a garden, had a lot of that stuff, but the kids are now 6 and 8 and they needed a place to run and play. So this new place has got a really big backyard, and I'm excited. I can't wait until we can get over there, get the trees moved over there. But we won't close on that until the end of October. So we'll be busy packing here, getting that ready, and then trying to figure out what to do with the trees. And I hope the weather holds out, because probably by Halloween I usually have the trees packed away for winter, and now it looks like I'll be moving them across town. So hopefully that all works out. Hopefully we have a good day for that, and I will have to figure out how to house them. So with that, as soon as we get over there, I'll show you the backyard. It's just a big open space with a nice lawn right now, and we'll have to figure out where the bonsai goes, where the trampoline goes, where the fire pits go, and all that stuff. It's gonna be a great time, and I'll take you along for that, and hope you'll join us. So with that, we'll start tearing out bonsai benches in the next few days, getting all that stuff set up, and then check back in with you later. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Be healthy, be safe. We'll catch you next time.